Hi, welcome to Geck T'Know. We are your hosts Natasha
and Gemma from Artgecko Sketch.
This is a podcast series dedicated to getting to know our art community.
From art tips to art advice, we'll be covering it all with a special guest each episode.
If you want to hear more about us, our artists, or anything else, message us at Artgecko Sketch on Instagram.
And whilst you're there, please don't forget to give us a follow or subscribe to our channels. Hi, I'm Gemma from Artgecko Sketch, and
I'm Natasha from Artgecko Sketch.
Today we are going to be interviewing or asking questions that you've submitted to our lovely ArtByNz, or Natasha. Natasha is our artist spotlight this month, and we thought it would be great to ask her a few of your questions that you've sent in to us. But as a starting point, we'd love it if, Natasha, you could introduce yourself and what you do.
Okay, hi, I'm NZ from ArtByNz, and I upcycle everything basically, from like teapots to mannequins to cars, and basically everything and anything. Also always use my Artgecko sketchbooks to sketch all my ideas first before I upcycle things, and that's about it really. I can't really think of anything else to say.
That's absolutely fine. I think with these things, it's just trying to understand a little bit more about you, just so it sort of sets the theme for the rest of the questions.
Yeah, exactly.
So I will kick off with the first question that we've asked, which is, how do you keep inspired as an artist over time?
Okay, I would say I don't find it difficult to be inspired, because everywhere I go, I notice colours, textures. Even if I'm watching a movie at the weekend, like there's sometimes things I see in a movie will give me an idea. It could be a car, even like an old retro car, or the colour of a car. Song lyrics as well. Sometimes words really inspire me, and just there's not like I couldn't pinpoint it to one thing. Because I'm just so inspired by lots and lots of like everywhere I go, I just feel like I'll spot something. So it's not really, I think sometimes it's more about not forcing it, like not trying to be inspired, like just, letting it happen naturally. But I think that would help. Like some people maybe try too hard and then, I don't know, does that make sense?
It forces it a little bit, whereas for you it's more, because you're so creative, it comes natural whenever you look at something, you think, that's an idea, I've got that kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's better just not to try and force and focus on one thing. Just let it, if you feel inspired, then just let it happen, kind of thing. More like that. Yeah, definitely.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the best advice you've ever gotten regarding your art?
So I think the best advice I've ever had was to keep your art, like sort of keep to your own style. So your art's all like, so like if you look at your art, you can hopefully say, I know who did that. Like if for famous artists, you can go like, I know that was like, I don't know, a Vivienne Westwood outfit or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So trying to keep your style, like I don't know the word I'm looking for, like continuity. Do you know what I mean? Like so, like someone said that to me a few years ago. And yeah.
You become recognisable in your own.
Yeah, exactly. But also like not like, don't just not try other things, obviously. But if you find a style that you like and you're good at, I would say that was really good advice for me. I think, and that's when I really started like upcycling things and stuff with the style, and so that's definitely the best advice I've ever had. I think that's when things started changing a wee bit for me as an artist, and I started, getting noticed a wee bit more, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely.
Great answer.
This one is actually a fun one.
Okay.
What's your favourite cheese?
I don't even know. What is my favourite cheese strings?
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I'm not good with cheeses.
I think that might be like a cheddar, but like
it's like a milky cheddar.
I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean. They were my childhood favourite were cheese strings.
Can't get enough of that.
I still love them.
vibe as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
I like that stuff as well, though, with the holes in it. You know, you get the slices with the holes in it.
Leodama.
It's nutty. What?
Leodama. Is it Leodama?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Love the cheese.
Back to art. What's the largest piece that you've ever made?
Probably when I drew on the car. I think that's the biggest thing. It was my dad's car. So
Did he not?
He really didn't mind.
That's good.
Yeah, but that's definitely the biggest one. And it took me like a full day. And I just used like a white Posca 5M, I think I'd done, just for the whole car, just on it all white, just all white details, and it was a blue car. It's on my Instagram. So
I was going to say, what car was it? Do you know what car it was?
Oh, I'm so rubbish with stuff like that. It was blue. I don't know anything else.
Car? Was it a big car?
Yeah, small car, like just a wee kind of 2-door blue. 3-door? Yeah. Do you say 3-door? Blue car.
A blue car. Yeah. Yeah, and I said, did he know you were doing it, or did he find out after?
No, he knew. Like I was pestering him for a wee while, so he gave in. He let me do it.
Did he drive round in it afterwards?
Well, he had to, but he did get my mum to clean it, so he didn't leave it on. The car's now been sold, so I was like, you should have kept that on it. You might get more money for it.
It's improved its value.
Yeah.
When you did it, can you seal it in, or does it just stay as the Posca?
Well, I think if you wanted to keep it, you would have to do like a clear top coat over the car. So you can do that. But obviously my dad just got my mum to wipe it off with baby wipes. It took her hours, but yeah, she got it off.
Oh gosh, I bet you were popular.
I know. I tried to help for a wee while, but I was like, you could just leave it, it's fine. And I think it can go one way or another with stuff like that. It could totally decrease the value as well. Like, you just don't really know, do you?
No.
So, yeah.
How often do you create finished pieces of art?
Oh, like at least once a week. But not always cars and big things, like small things like teapots or bags, or just like wee things like that. So I'll always do at least one a week. Sometimes if I'm feeling more creative, I'll do a few. Just depends. And like also depends on what I've found in the charity shops or like thrift stores and stuff. So if I find lots of good things in one go, then I'll probably make more stuff that week just because I get better things to upcycle. So it kind of depends on that as well. But yeah, at least one a week, like every single week.
I was going to say, like, in relation to that, do you have like a favourite like thing that you like to work on, or is it just anything and everything that you can?
Probably teapots. I just love upcycling teapots. I don't know why. It was in a charity shop one day, and I picked one up, and it was just a full black teapot. And I had this wee idea in my head. I think that was the first thing like I ever upcycled was this teapot, and I drew on it with white pen, and I done like an Alice in Wonderland theme on it, and shared it on Instagram, and everyone loved it. So I think that was like, maybe that's why I like teapots so much, just because that was like the first kind of thing I upcycled that way. Yeah. But yeah, definitely teapots.
I think this is probably a good point to give a shout out to your exhibition that's coming at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm having a sustainable sew exhibition, and it's going to be all of my upcycled items and other things as well. So I'm going to have mannequins, which I like to, not that anyone wants to have a mannequin in their home, but I'm sort of decorating mannequins lately. So I'm going to have some mannequins there, teapots, lots, like, do you know what, I don't even want to tell like everything that's going to be there, so I'll keep some bits like quiet. But yeah, it's just basically going to be all the upcycled stuff. There's going to be some prints as well for sale, and it's just going to be a really fun, kind of relaxed exhibition. It's nothing pure formal. We're also going to have a wee bit of refreshments there as well. So we've got novelty, providing some alcoholic tea for us to taste. And obviously you guys are going to, like, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
You guys are going to have like Artgecko stuff, and Posga they've sent lots of pens, so I have a big box of pens to share out in goodie bags for people who turn up as well. So it's just going to be really fun. It's not going to be like a really like stuffy formal, like, oh, you know, it's going to just be relaxing fun. It's not, so I'm saying exhibition, but it's more like a wee night out for people. That makes sense. It'll be good.
We can't wait because we're actually making the trip up to come and see you.
Yeah.
We can't wait to be there.
I can't wait as well.
Night too. I think that was that one.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of refreshments, I don't know if you are going to be having this specific item at the exhibition, but pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Oh yes, definitely. Yes. That's my favourite pizza topping. I love it. I don't know how anyone can't like it. It's so good. Love it.
I'm gonna add to this. So my favourite is pineapple and pepperoni.
Oh,
okay. I've never had that, but I like jalapenos with pineapple. So like the pineapple sort of like it counteracts with the spiciness of the jalapenos. So it's perfect. So good.
Flavour.
Oh, we should definitely eat because we'd get on like a house on fire with that.
I'll just sit and watch you guys eat it.
Okay, so this is actually our last question.
Okay.
How did you get to a point where you could start to make a living from your art?
Oh, that's a tough question. See, because it wasn't overnight, so it was just like a gradual thing. That's really tough. Like, I think one of the things that kicked it off was when I had my second kid. So I've got two kids, Max and Mila. When I had my wee girl Mila, I was doing lots of like drawing and stuff in the house. When she was a wee baby, it wasn't working and I was just in the house drawing all the time. And that's where it started. And then it just kind of took off like slowly from there. That was about 6 years ago. So it's not like a thing that was just, right, I didn't have a job and go, oh, I'm going to quit my job and go and do art. It wasn't that simple. It was just one of these things that sort of took a long time. And I don't know. It's a really hard question for like I'm trying to find a simple answer, but I can't.
Yeah, sometimes there isn't a simple answer. It's just I think people are interested at sort of what maybe stage you decided to transition from a not like maybe a 9-to-5 job or whatever you did before to then moving into doing
like when you felt comfortable just to be with the art.
To be honest, I think I'm really lucky because my husband's got a barber shop and he's always been like believed in what I'm doing. So like after I had Mila, he was like, just keep doing what you're doing. You're great. Just you'll you know what I mean, you'll get there. So with him supporting me, so I didn't go back and get a job after I had Mila. I just kept doing all my art stuff. And now we're here. So I think maybe that was a big help, obviously, as well, for him to do that and also be like, you're definitely good enough to do this. So it was like a massive support for somebody to believe in you that way as well. So that was probably a huge, like that's not a lot of people will have that, do you know, that way. So for him to do that, that was definitely part of it, I think. He'll be sitting, like, if he listens to this now, he'll be like, you mentioned me, thanks. I said that.
I think support networks are so important, and I don't. Different places in the country as well have different groups and things available, and some people have that and some people don't. To have a good support behind you really helps, I think, with stuff like that.
Yeah,
definitely. To be fair though, it was at one point he was like that to me, right? I think you might make a job now if this doesn't kick off. So he was like, right, how many years has that been now? But yeah, no, he was good.
Good. Keeping you in check.
Yeah, definitely. Totally. It's like motivation. So yeah.
Love it. Cool.
That was a really tough question. Sorry, I'm really interrupting there. That was
no. We ended with the difficult one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
We were kind of like, do we do we include it? Because it's quite a difficult one to answer, but actually we think it's really important because there might be a lot of people that are tuning in and listening that may be on the same sort of path or wanting to take that sort of next step and not really knowing where to go. So any advice, I guess, is just good advice.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer.
Well, another bit of advice I would say then was open up an Etsy store. Not that Etsy's fees and stuff aren't the best, but like if you're an artist and you have prints and stuff, it's a really easy platform to just get your stuff out and maybe it'll take off. It's really, really quick and easy to do. That was one of the first places I started selling my stuff. So yeah, I would say like Etsy is like a good way to try and still have your job if you're working. You can do that as well as work, and then see if you can maybe like make the transition at some point if your Etsy kicks off. So I think that's a good way to compromise, still have your job and try and
side hustle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. Well, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have any questions. What's your favourite cheese?
Mine varies. So I love a blue cheese.
Oh no.
So there's one called Black Sticks Blue, and it's my ultimate favourite. And it's actually like an orangey colour. It is so creamy and lovely. Yeah, it's just great on cheese. On crackers, even.
Cheese on cheese.
Cheese on cheese and more cheese. Other than that, I read Leicester. You can't go wrong with
like that.
Leicester.
What about you, Natasha?
I love what is it? Borsin, the garlicky one.
Oh, yummy.
I really like that. But I also, again, I like a blue. Really like a blue. Like a Camberzel. I'm just thinking about
blue cheese.
All the blue cheese.
All the blue cheese.
The better.
Yeah.
It just looks like mold though. It just looks too moldy for me when I look at it. I just think that's for the bin.
Trust me, it's just amazing. And the problem is, we're recording this at around 11:30, something like that. So now I'm actually debating going to the shop at lunch and just buying all the cheese.
One of my friends, wee girls, favourite cheese is Manchego cheese. Have you heard of that? I've never had it before, but she will only eat this type of cheese.
Wow.
She's only 6, so like this is her favourite cheese. Yeah, she came to our house she came to our house for dinner, and I was like, "What do you want for dinner?" And she was like, "Do you have Manchego cheese?" And I was like, "What's that?" I don't know.
I only got into Manchego a couple of years ago, and it is a very I think it's quite an acquired taste.
Oh yeah, I think growing up, I was like cheddar, and I was like, that's just cheese, but like it's milder cheese. And then over time, maybe around the time that I started to like more savoury food, like mushrooms, stuff like that.
On olives. Our late bloomer olives.
Yeah.
We could have a wee food podcast, like instead of Artgecko, and we just start our own wee food podcast talking about cheese and olives.
I mean, that would be fantastic for us, but
we'd have to be surrounded by the food though to like.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that took a turn towards the end.
That's cool.
It's been so great chatting to you. Thank you for joining us today at ArtByNz. And please, anyone who has tuned in, please go and check out Natasha's work. Natasha, do you want to just tell us what your handles are on social?
Yeah, so on TikTok, it's just ArtByNz, but on Instagram, it's _, so it's art_by_NZ. And Etsy is just ArtByNz again without the underscores. How confusing is that? Someone on Instagram already has it without the underscores, so they bet me to it. I know.
Oh, anyway, that's where you can go and check out Natasha's work, ArtByNz. And
do.
Yes, please go and check it out. And keep up with our socials as well, because you'll be able to see a bit of behind the scenes on Natasha's exhibition that's coming up soon. And we look forward to seeing you all again sometime shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys as well on the 26th, so it's going to be great.
Lovely. Thanks for having me. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye.